Welcome back in, everybody. Thank you for sticking with us through that very, very short break. We saw me and Adam already looking a little bit foolish here. USC Cardinal taking that first upset win over UCR Blue. Breeze was their map pick, and boy, did they show up, and they showed that, hey, we don't have a lot of stats on Breeze, but we have this map drilled. They have it drilled to a T. All 5 members with a positive KDA. Andrew trying to be that sole carry for UCR Blue. It just wasn't enough.
And it seemed as if USC, maybe the reason why they didn't have stats on Breeze is because all these teams feared the Breeze coming through at that. It just seemed as if they had it down. Every single strategy coming out, defense, offense did not matter. They were just so dominant on that map in a lot of ways. Yes, there was a little bit of a pushback coming through from the side of UCR Blue at the end of it, but nonetheless just wasn't quite enough. But of course, we have to think about the next map in tow here. Ascent going to be coming through, and this is a map that statistically USC Cardinal is not very confident on overall. This is in the side of UCR Blue's wheelhouse there. And, you call them the Highlanders. They want to take the Highland. They want to ascend up, so to speak. And Ascent is definitely going to be where they want to stake their claim.
Yeah, and Ascent is going to be that map choice of UCR Blue. It's a map they're definitely going to be familiar with. They're going to need to take this one. They don't really have any other room to play. And if we have it our way, Adam, UCR comes out, wins this map too, busts our 2-0 prediction, and we end up over on Sweet Fracture. But Ascent is going to be that next one in front. UCR Blue trying to find some way to get back in this game. Got a couple replays here for you guys. Well, just show off some of that beautiful play from USC and UCR Blue. Breeze giving us so many good moments that entire series. Ultimately, though, USC, they looked ready, they looked coordinated, and hey, that Reina pick paid dividends.
Yeah, and I mean, just looking at sort of what we got to see here, we get to see Scuttle Crab as one of the highlights there.
Love it.
Giving a shout out to us, the real league players. Oh, I hate to say it that way, but nonetheless, we just get to see just domination coming through from all of these rounds from the side of USC Cardinal. Just from the get-go, it just felt as if they had so much more momentum. They were so comfortable in these situations. Pistol round did not matter which round we were going into. Nepgear showing up real big here, and he was one of those members who, looking at the stats, doesn't really pop off the page as much. Overall, though, I'm very interested to see how UCR want to bounce back into this one, because as we mentioned, they are the ones who claim that they created the Ascent meta in the West. They want to basically continue that claim, and they want to lay down the law. And if USC Cardinal are going to have that good of a performance on their map pick, I expect nothing less from the side of UCR Blue on their
I'll tell you what, having claimed to be the inventors of the Ascent meta in the West and being down 1-0 in a win or go home series, I'll tell you what, you better stick to your guns and your word better be true to yourself. You have everything on the line right now. This should be theoretically their home field. They said they created the meta. This is their map choice. This is a map you have to go out there and you have to take it if you're UCR Blue.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see what the agent picks that are going to come through are on the opposite side as well. USC Cardinal definitely need to lay down the law in a lot of ways and say, hey, we can do this map just as well. It's one of those maps that a lot of people are going to have a lot of experience on. You have to have some sort of strategies in play in those situations, but nonetheless, it really comes down to your composure at the end of the day. Can you push through? Can you make sure that everything will stand strong when it matters? And that's what it comes down to, not only for USC Cardinals to try and find this upset victory, but also for UCR Blue sort of hold their ground, hold their land, hold their high land in a lot of ways.
Yeah, they have to hold the high ground. You're skirting around that one. You get really close to finishing that one off. They have to be the holders of the high ground there. They're looking to come back out on Ascent. That's going to be the interesting thing to me is we know that USC traditionally hasn't been great at Ascent. Do they want to try to go with those same comps they have been running on Ascent before? Do they want to try to maybe throw a wrinkle in there knowing, okay, I know you're not going to go into the map with the mentality of, okay, we're going to lose this one, but knowing it's going to be UCR's map, knowing it's going to be their pick, it's going to be what they claim to be the meta creators of, you're going to have to try to find some way to either fool them or try to find some way where you can find this hole in the armor, maybe get them thinking twice about their earlier comments.
Yeah, and the main thing about UCR here is they just opt completely away from the chamber on this map. So it's going to be a little bit of a different look. As we mentioned, the KO very likely to come through. The Jet going to be that main opper there. It's a Fade as opposed to a Sova that they like to go for as well. So that's a little bit of an interesting mix-up as well as that Killjoy as expected in a lot of ways. And of course, on the flip side, for USC, they like to play with the Sova instead. So, I mean, that's the big difference that's going to come through. Really just comes down to execution on the day as well, because, there is a world where UCR Blue do not hold their high ground in that situation, as we're talking about. They do have a loss on Ascent. The loss did go up against CSULB Gold. So actually, Long Beach, we saw earlier, they were the team to take a game off of UCR on Ascent. what that means, we'll see. Maybe there's some cracks in the armor, especially since that is their most recent game on Ascent, but we will find out what that case is. We should be getting into the map soon, but nonetheless, we already look silly with our predictions.
I know.
Do we want to just go and say, you know, it's going to be pushed to 2-1, or are we just putting it all in on the USC Cardinal page?
I'm copying perfection. I think USC, or UCR rather, this is their map pick. They are, you know, they claim to create the meta for the West for this Ascent. I'm curious to see it now live in action, see how it unfolds, especially now. Maybe you're a great Ascent team. Maybe you think you have Ascent mastered, but now that you're coming off the back of losing map 1, knowing that you're going to be on series and match point coming up, you can't really afford to lose anything here. So if you make a couple missteps early in that game, are they going to have the confidence to be able to build themselves back up, go, okay, slow down, guys. We know this map. We know exactly what we're supposed to do here. Let's go take care of business. USC, though, knowing that this isn't going to be their map choice, maybe they kind of throw something at the wall and see if it ends up sticking.
And I think that's what it comes down to. You need to try different strategies at this point, not just in terms of your comps. Maybe you want to keep your comp the same and everything. Maybe you want to stick to your strategy, but sometimes just pulling out something a little bit different. Realistically, UCR Blue have a lot of tape on Ascent if that's the case. You know, they've played in Red Bull Canvas Clutch. They've played across a bunch of these different tournaments. They're a team that has a very well-established history in that regard as well. But if USC Cardinal can come through with something a little bit off the wall, something a little bit strange that they're maybe not quite expecting, maybe that is what will break the mold. But of course, we are on to map number 2 between these two teams. Super excited to see what they've got in store. And already a little bit of a switch up here. Nepgear going to be piloting the Astra instead. And
seeing the Killjoy and the Astra both come out on the attacking side first, definitely going to be an interesting strategy. Astra, Killjoy, typically thought of defensive sentinels, defensive controllers. This team, though, or USC rather, maybe this is kind of the wrinkle we were looking for. Hey, we're playing that KJ, we're playing that Astra on the offensive half. Maybe even not worried about conceding a couple rounds here and there. We are going to see that equal Killjoy on the other side. That Omen and the Astra going to be the one wrinkle that we see between these two teams. Actually, yeah, the Sova and the Fade as well. A couple different wrinkles here.
Yeah, a little bit different. I mean, the main thing is one team prefers the Sova, one team prefers the Fade, but the Astra especially, that's the different one. You know, Astra sort of fallen down a little bit in terms of the priority. Sometimes you like that Omen to just have those regenerating smokes. Maybe they just got a little bit more of a read, but Puff Daddy already pushing forward here on this Jet. So aggressive towards A. The site is completely clear here. They're all playing off site here, but look how quickly the rotation comes.
Yeah, and that's why Pistol's tricky too, though. It might look empty, and then all of a sudden 5 members barreling down with classics and Ghosts, try to run you down on that A site. So very smart to keep about his wits, trying to get some information, at least spot out where's some utility, maybe trying to get an eye for where are these Killjoy turrets, where's this alarm bot located. Always going to be something to keep an eye out. It's going to be this slow A burn. It looks like a couple members going to walk through mid here, trying to find a peek. Beautiful pop flash. That's going to be a kill to Soup. Eidolon going to answer right back. One, not a 2.
Yeah, Eidolon finding a couple for themselves already, and that's pretty big. You know, you're able to get a couple with just the classic there, covering a couple of members who are coming through from that flank. Now you have the man advantage here, and we know how difficult it is to contest against the post plant coming through from a Killjoy there. Puff Daddy finding another one for themselves. USC Cardinal coming out, guns a-blazing, absolutely no fear. Andrew, though, going to find that kill.
Yeah, Puff Daddy, a couple shots ringing by his ear there. No matter, he's going to find that kill on the side up in heaven. Now into a 3v1 on Pistol. Andrew has his work cut out for him. Going to dash back through tree there, trying to find the re-trigger here, but all these members slowly bearing down on him. Spots out the elbow. Wall bang, headshot for Puff Daddy. Make it 3 on the Pistol round, and that'll be USC Cardinal picking up where they left off.
I mean, I don't want to call the shots quite yet. It's Pistol round, but really good opening coming through from the side of USC Cardinal. Seems as if they had some sort of game plan going into that one. Once again, could just be, you know, studying the tape that they might have on this UCR squad, but nonetheless, now going to go aggressive buys your Phantom, a Bulldog coming through in round 2 here. They want to make sure that they are holding their lead and they are pushing that forward. On the flip side, though, we've got that Shorty coming through. Can always put a little bit of a mix up there side. We'll see what they can offer.
On the Shorty, you're gonna see full armor too across that board for USC rather. You can tell they definitely want to take this early lead, try to get that snowball going down the hill as fast as possible. Watch that sucker gain speed and gain traction. They want to try to take advantage, especially coming off that map 1 win. They know they're going to be in a very, very good spot, at least mentally. They know they can hang with these guys as far as talent goes. Can they out-execute them on their own map though?
That's going to be the challenge. Josh already sort of pushing forward aggressively here. There's 3 members pushing forward onto site. Unfortunately, Pika not going to be able to complete that one up. Josh Irzl with the plant and now full retake mode. But once again, the firepower just not going to be there. They're going to have to find some crazy headshots coming through. I think especially off the back of the Sheriff that I believe Andrew has in tow.
So gonna send up that dark cover outside of market here. Alt members, USC drawing the line in the sand. That line of scrimmage not gonna be hard, not gonna be easy to crack. Rather, only 4 of these members left from UCR to try to pick up these pieces. Nepgear more than happy to sit in this dark cover, mind his own business here. Suppress gonna go in as well. Gonna send that back line. Gonna get some info. Eidolon and Andrew gonna trade out a couple. Josh there to answer the call though. Still in that 4v2. 2 picked up for Josh there. Now all on Vix. Not really going to have a lot of options here. Playing for that exit, does have 1 flash and that grenade, but he's going to have to ultimately back off there. That's going to be another round for USC on a very, very heavy investment. It pays off for him.
Yeah, both KO's going to go down at the end of that one. Not sure what Youster had in the inventory that made them just not want to keep it. Might have just been like a pistol or something. And as you can see, just able to reset, buy up here, get a little bit extra credits for taking the death as well, I believe. And then there you go, back at it again. But now you see it's effectively a full buy on the other side here. Interesting to see Nepgear not opting for a full gun here, opting for the Stinger instead, just sort of trying to reallocate the funds around. It does play a little bit more like a bonus round in this situation when you've only got 2 rifles in tow, but those 2 rifles could end up being pivotal, especially when they're in the hands of Puff Daddy, who's just been fragging out thus far, at least the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, the only thing you want to put that Astra, you don't want to necessarily waste that money on a rifle. She's going to be the one to kind of stay alive on that back line, trying to make sure she's able to play off that utility. She's not really going to be going in there to look for those frags, although I say that, yep, they're getting down and dirty. Eidolon and Pika trading with a couple early. Boathouse seeing a whole lot of action. That's going to be kills back and forth. Eidolon with 3 on the round so far. He's going to pick up that one on a Youster. Eidolon's going to fall. Now, all onto Nepgear. Nick's going to pick up a pair for himself, and that is a big round for UCR.
Yeah, they re-up on the buy at the very least. They're able to get the round back that they're meant to get back, but nonetheless, Eidolon has so much money at this point there. You can see, has the lockdown on tow, 6 and 2 to open this one out. Eidolon's one of those players that we didn't really... We thought, you know, they're a good player, sort of flying under the radar a little bit here, and now started really rising up here. And I think especially towards the end of last map as well, they were really starting to get their mojo on. They were getting their aim down pat and everything. And thus far, it's been a really interesting opening here to this map. USC Cardinal keeping pace, at least for the time being. Granted, this is their first round where they're both even in terms of their econs as well.
Like, you would have a little arcane Sheriff there from Youster coming through, but sending out that early suppress, trying to wait out that timer, get some utility back. UCR, early aggressive push in the garage. Blade Storm was popped. Andrew getting tagged up by Eidolon there. This battle, Killjoy. I didn't question the choice. You know, Killjoy is so strong on ascent, but picking it first on that attacking half, you got to be built a little bit different. And Eidolon right now looks like he is just that.
Yeah, Eidolon doing a great job of sort of pushing the pressure because it's just the Killjoy holding B main, doing what they can, and it's aggression from the opposite side that they're able to quell in right. On the flip side, you can see 2 members trying to hold down the fort with multiple members pushing through. You can see Eidolon still lurking towards this B site, just trying to find anything that they can. Actually dropped down an alarm bot to make sure there's no aggression through B main, and now they start to turn their eyes towards A. Knives are up for both Jets here. This is going to come down to who can throw the knives first.
Yeah, don't bring a gun to a knife fight. You know, they go with the old saying, both of these Jets, they're going to look to be finding extreme value with this Blade Storm. Only 35 seconds. We had a couple early skirmishes in this round. Both teams, though, have really collected themselves. Now trying to reset. Looks like 8 is going to be that play. Astra Stars are going to come through. Soup going to be that burst man leading. Whole lot of whole lot of Cardinals through tree there. Blade Storm is going to find that kill. He is going to win out that Blade Storm duel. Soup still biding his time. The door is going to get closed, though. Lockdown activated as well. Lots of tags with that Dark, though. Soup finding a pair. Shorty and tree. Not able to hit that shroud and step away. It's going to be the Cardinals end up clearing things out. That attacker Killjoy going to go off as well. Nepgear finding that last kill. That was a beautiful execution that all came in the span of 10 seconds.
Yeah, and honestly, it was too much patience almost coming through from Soup there while they were able to find a couple of kills on the way out. It was Nepgear's holding line, probably in astral form, just trying to vibe out, place down the stars and everything, and then just able to turn around that corner and find that kill. And honestly, just very interesting round. The Killjoy ultimate also was expended there just to secure that site inside. Really had no choice but to try and run in and find someone for their troubles. But nonetheless, No, USC Cardinal on UCR's map pick already coming out hot here, but it's still very early on. Eidolon, oh my goodness, finds the kill. Napgear as well. Everyone's just landing their shots at this point. Vix able to trade.
Yeah, Vix landing his shots too. Puff Daddy is going to fall there. Still into this 4v3. That KJ turret as annoying as ever. That default spot on that backside of B. Josh trying to take space in this middle area up by Catwalk, sending those prowlers out through tree, trying to gather some information there. Looks like A is going to be the preference. We have Youster sitting on A site, just chilling, trying to take this heavy control, waiting for his teammates to finally catch up and get this spike planted. But a great job of him to take this space. But ships in the night passes by that Sova. It's going to be a link up there. Astra going to find that kill. Nepgear, great positioning. A is going to be planted, and man, this is going to be a nightmare of a retake.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be so difficult to get back and onto the site. Both of them coming through Cat, though. I think they might have spotted out the alarm bot. I'm not 100% sure. Side just biding their time, waiting as Eidolon just sits and waits and waits. Even if they shoot the alarm bot, they're at risk of getting spotted out there. But look at this, 2 members walking down mid. Josh Izzle around the side as well. Spots outside, side gonna get taken down. They're just gonna quell them in. Vix gets taken down. An incredibly clean round from the side.
The movement and coordination of these Cardinals is honestly second to none. They, even on Breeze, that first map, they do such a good job drawing the attention, kind of pulling people different directions, making them check mid, popping off a couple shots on the backside, not even really to look for the kill, just to kind of stir that attention, create that doubt to let someone else come and finish that kill. Very, very unselfish play. Eidolon, 9-2 on the KJ, on the attacking half, no less as well. Just exactly what you're looking for. The economy looking real good for that Cardinal side as well. UCR, they lose this round, they're in for a rough go the next couple.
Yeah, especially with that operator being picked up onto Andrew there. Granted, finds the kill into Eidolon incredibly quickly, but they're continuing this push up mid. They're trying to find anything that they can. Quite going to be able to drop down that molly either. Puff Daddy just pushing in from the side. Another op shot, not quite going to land. Gets over the switch, but it's another kill picked up by Andrew. It's 2, it's 3 picked up on the op there. As the flip side, Josh Izzle just trying to find anything that they can. 2 versus 1, but both of them not quite on site here. Josh at least going to get the spike down, and now it comes down to your clutch.
Yeah, Silver Lining, you are going to get that planted. Whoever wins this round will be the free winner of an operator. First kill to Josh, third of the round. 1 more to find it. It's Soup. Oh, he's got the timing. Doesn't finish the kill, though. Just a couple pop shots there, tagging him down to about 75% health there. The re-trigger on the shrouded step. 4K for Josh. The operator play from Andrew was absolutely beautiful. And just like that, though, Josh is going to yoink that one away, bring that one to the Cardinal side. This economy going to stay fresh for this USC team. UCR, they looked like they finally had it. Andrew opened things up so well. They just couldn't finish off the round.
And it was incredible play from Josh at that, dropping down that Fade Ultimate, getting so much chaos onto that site. And yes, Andrew's able to find 3. But at the end of the day, Josh Izzle says, I'll do you one better. Finds the 4K at the end of that round, finds the plant, finds absolutely everything that they want. 5-1 here. This is not a situation you want to be in if you are the side of UCR Blue.
Yes.
You need to try and find a round. You need to try and cheese something out. I think at this point, you have to find a Thrifty or something to try and take away some of that momentum.
If it looks anything like Breeze, they're going to have to start finding these rounds. If you let it get to 7-8-1 potentially, I know that's going to be a few rounds away. They have lots of time between. The game could get interesting. Youster, though, on this angle, going to find the swing. The shotgun, not going to be enough. Going to find one tank there with the Bucky. Not going to be enough. Puff Daddy on that operator as well, saying thank you to Andrew for that one. That little donation made by UCR last round paying dividends now in these Cardinal hands. Now they have this 5v3. The one Silver Lining side does have this KJ alive and well. No alarm bot actually being placed yet, though, so not going to get that extra stall out. Side, though, in this rat corner, lining up for that Sheriff, though, not going to be the gun to take care of that stack up of Cardinals. And now these Cardinals are flying high onto this site. They're going to find this plant, and it's going to be a hell of a retake for UCR once again.
Enemy remaining.
Yeah, I mean, Josh Izzle's not even going to let them get close to this one. Yes, the Bucky finds 1 at the very least. Josh Izzle will pay the price. Now, Andrew, though, with the Vandal in hand, still devastating here. 125 effective health. Are they going to be able to hold enough angles here? Puff Daddy just staring them down with the operator. If all else fails, you know that you've got the one-shot potential. Shot comes through, just might have caught a toe or two. Going to be another one picked up by Andrew, but Netgear clears out the round. It's 6 at the half, or at the very least, half for the side of a Cardinal there. I don't know where I'm throwing my words anymore, but they've got the 6.
Did we mix up the 2 team names earlier? I meant to say USC 2-0, right? Surely.
Yeah, I think that's what it was, But is that the reverse caster curse at this point? We've got to be careful not to curse one team one way or the other. At the very least here, lots of ultimates in tow for the side of UCR this round. A lot of guns as well. They're really looking to go all out this time around, and I think it's almost a necessity here. They need to get this momentum back. We keep saying it, but it's 4 rounds in a row, again, for the side of Cardinal. And if you can take anything from what these 2 matches today have shown, streaks are everything. You have to get on a hot streak to win this.
Yeah, we're going to see that Ultimate and the Cosmic Divide come through as well. We did see 4 ultimates available for this UCR squad if they're able to use them, but Youster going to get Boathouse cleared out. Once again, it's just going to be that easy B take. They walk onto site, they take it, they get that plant, and now it's going to be onto a 5v4. Granted, they could use this defending side lockdown to try to make something happen. That Nightfall is going to pulse out through Market. Vix up in Market, trying to find the angle. Puff Daddy, though, this is a dangerous man with a very dangerous weapon. Pop Flash not going to find it. Collateral! 2 for 1 for Puff Daddy. Exactly what the Cardinals were looking for. Oh, these UCR members are left in shambles, left to their own devices. Andrew, Puff Daddy still going to find that 3rd one. Collateral onto the 3rd one. Absolute domination. Peak is going to fall. Flawless coming through for the Cardinals.
And that was the big spend round coming through for UCR as well. The collat comes down, and Puff Daddy shows him why. At the end of this one, UCR might be calling him Daddy if we're being real, but nonetheless, it's been a massive performance coming through for USC Cardinal thus far. 12-5 on Puff Daddy, 9-3 on Eidolon there, man. Really putting the Killjoy into Killjoy, if you know what I mean. At the end of it, side just really struggling to find anything. We talk about how strong of a defensive sided agent
here
Killjoy's supposed to be, just hasn't been able to stay alive to drop down all the util, hasn't been able to stay alive to really get the most value out of that.
I'm not sure if it's been getting cleared out, or maybe he hasn't been placing them. Bladestorm shut down Hunter's Fury on that backside as well. UCR starting to show signs of a little bit of desperation, popping those early ultimates. Luckily for them, or unluckily, that Bladestorm did get shut down, so we are left to this 4v4. Puff Daddy still on this operator. Both of these teams, this is a very, very important round for the rest of this game. Both these teams are trying to snowball these rounds. UCR, though, they've got a lot of work to do to keep up. Vic's going to try to get things going with that kill.
Finds a kill with the Netgear here, and you can see 4v3, finally some numbers advantage going the opposite way. You see Riverside Blue need to find something in their favor here. Vix is so far pushed up here into main, it's so difficult to deal with, and sees the knife thrown out, so they know exactly where Youster is. It's just about if they can peek the angle quick enough. Youster's got the better aim today, it seems.
Yeah, that is very, very tough. They had the angle, they knew the lineup, they watched the suppress come through. Unfortunately, not going to be enough to find that frag. Pop Blast going to go out the window there. They're going to pop that Bladestorm as well. The Omen ultimate is going to come through to dissuade that B-side push. That's about the max value you're going to get from that Omen ult. Get these members off of site. Oh, that middle area, not going to be safe passage though. UCR side picking up that kill onto Youster. Bladestorm still in tow. That HP very low for these members. He kept finding that first one. All on the Bladestorm, all on Andrew. Has that operator as well. And I know you have the Bladestorm, but you have to play for the save, obviously, right? You don't have the spike either.
Yeah, it seems like Puff Daddy's just going to play back with that operator. Just hold on to it.
I like that. I actually like that in case.
I like that as well. Just get it out of the sight. Yes, you're not going to really be able to pick up a gun on the back end of this, but at the end of the day, it's just the second round for the side of UCR. They're going to need to keep chaining these together if they want to make this half salvageable at that. But nonetheless, it's going to be an incredibly slow march forward here, at least for the side of UCR. They need to get back into this one. That's one way to sort of put it back in your hands a little bit more.
And we can see Puff Daddy, when the cameras weren't looking, he dove off that map, went and grabbed that operator from the depths below there. Is going to be right back on that operator. The economy going to be in a little bit of a better state for UCR this time around. The Cardinals, they did such a good job completely dominating this first half of the game. Their economy still in fantastic shape. Another one of those rounds that is going to have a lot of bearing. That's going to be a lot of value from that fade, though, from Josh.
Yeah, good haunt coming through. Spots up the 2 members. Going to be throwing down some of those wall bangs just to try and see what they can find, see if they can get any sort of cheese kills out. But Puff Daddy just all the way up here, doesn't want to peek before they have their dash available. Just depends on who will peek quicker here. Of course, on the opposite side, Andrew's been dead on with their aim as well, but it's so difficult. These 2 jets just showing out on Ascent.
Yeah, we are getting an absolute show from these 2 jets. Owl Drone going to find that value in middle area. Vix, or Youster rather, going to back off here, try to link up with Netgear. See if they can work behind those Prowlers, try to get some information going back the other way. We see this Killjoy hunkered down over on that B site. They have a feeling that KJ is going to be at B. Do they decide to test the waters through market? That alarm bot going to be a slight deterrent there. They're going to be, it looks like it'll be a split push. They're going to hunker over toward this garage side of B. 40 seconds to play. We've seen this a lot of times before. The Cardinals take off that mask and they go running for the hills here. It looks like we might get a similar style push.
Yeah, it's but it's sniffed out immediately here. Knife going to come out as well, try and scan a couple members. They're not actually going to find too many. It's going to be the Killjoy ultimate as well, expended, and with time ticking down, this is such a smart use of that. Do they double back towards B? Don't think they've got the time for that. It's going to have to be on to A. They're going to have to make some magic happen, but Andrew is already waiting there. Soup going to be able to collect another one for themselves. They're just falling into the teeth of the defense here. 3K picked up by Soup here, and it seems as if time expired. USC Cardinal, their clock runs out. Clock strikes midnight, and Soup with the 4K. Not sure if they're going to be able to pick that one up. It's not pick up for Puff Daddy. Whoa, another one picked up by Vix. You're just getting some econs on the way out.
Soup played tree as good as you can humanly play. That paranoia might have hit 2 members there. Finds a couple of frags. Soup trying to keep UCR in this game as best as possible. Puff Daddy, though, at least making it expensive, finding 2 or 3 exit frags toward the end of that round, trying to keep some silver lining here for the Cardinals. Now we're up to 7-3 in this first half. Can UCR bring this one back, push it to that 7-5, or are we going to be sitting here talking about some curses like a bunch of, bunch of crazy guys?
Yeah, a bunch of crazy. We'll believe in curses anyways. Granted, 8-4 was that first half coming through from USC last time on Breeze. They'd be able to potentially replicate that and continue that trend, just push it forward off of Pistol and everything. It's so difficult to lock down this team. It feels like they've just got so many different strategies, and thus far it's just been an aim difference half of the time. Youster being able to turn corners, being able to find a 90 on someone real quick. Now it just comes down to whether this operator can get as much value. Puff Daddy has been absolutely massive, 15-5 thus far this round. We'll see if they can continue that trend moving forward, but this Sova just lurking because trying to find any sort of information.
Yeah, and I wonder what the Cardinals, they've had this attacking lockdown for a very long time. As I say it, I was going to wonder, when are they finally going to try to make a play on this lockdown? He's got lineups, though. Double shock darts, not going to take out the Killjoy for the time being. That grenade not going to find the mark as well. That lockdown will end up standing. That's going to clear out a lot of space. It's going to empty the site for the time being, although market is the place to look idle on, though. Why not lockdown, find that frag as well to open things up. That attacking Killjoy proving dividends. Oh, Puff Daddy, blink and you'll miss it. Hits a quick scope onto Vix there, and now the Cardinals are right back in control of this round.
Yeah, and of course it's Puff Daddy landing that shot, able to get that quick peek and everything. Not quite gonna land that second one though. Caster Curse immediately coming down. Josh Izzle though trying to buy as much space as possible. Andrew trying to find anyone. They're grouped up as 3. It's gonna be so difficult to get back on this site. Eidolon will spot out that turret. Saad's gonna have to try and find a quick peek around the corner. Is able to find it. Nepgear able to trade that one out though. Puff Daddy with 24 health and the shorty. They've got to go for it. They've got to go for anything, and it's the shorty pick up there. Puff Daddy clears it out, and that's 8.
Wow. I was going to wonder why Side didn't use either of his Killjoy Molotov. He had those nano swarms, and I think he had an alarm bot in the back pocket, just maybe he didn't want to get caught with the utility out. Nonetheless, Puff Daddy, Shorty, King, hot swapping, going to find that kill. Only he, 2 kills with the op. Swap over to that Shorty, clear things out in the back of Boathouse. 17-5. This is the definition of a traditional, just awesome jet player. It's been so fun to watch. Now they're going to have that Cosmic Divide as well. They took another round off UCR here. UCR, I don't think they have a full buy either. This is going to be a very, very tricky round.
This is a rough buy for them, it's just all over the place, a bunch of different bits and pieces just thrown together, trying to make it stick. As you said, it's gum tape holding it together. You got the pictures hung up by Sticky Pack or whatever. It's falling apart here. Their house is burning down, unfortunately, and gotta try and find something to get it back. Maybe just find this round to get a little bit more momentum back in your favor. Else you better be believing in the curses or whatever they may be, because that's what you're gonna need at this point. Yoster, oh my goodness, just every single time this guy's finding these quick peeks and quick kills.
Yeah, lots of damage onto Andrew as well. Gonna turn. Soup is gonna keep that tree site, that tree area locked down. Cosmic Divide now going to be invested. This is the last round of the half, so why not throw that sucker out there? They're gonna make their push over to A here, try to close off that door. They should be able to get this spike planted as well. Soup is gonna be up in heaven, waiting for those 2 teammates to link up though, so they can try to assess what do we want to do to try to make this push. That spike being planted there though, that is a very, very difficult spot to get out of. Oh, beautiful tags. Why not 2 kills? Now it's going to be all on the Soup. And I hope you believe in Voodoo if you're UCR, because it looks like you're going to need a curse on your hands.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone's going to believe in Voodoo, it's going to be Omen. Trying to find one, not going to be able to find that other one. Nepgear clears out that round. 9-3. Time to believe in the curse if you're a UCR, but if you're the side of USC Cardinal, you want to continue that momentum. Puff Daddy, 17-5. He said, kids, get in the van. We're going to Disneyland at this point, because he's absolutely bringing the show to this stream. And my goodness, what a performance coming through. It's just been a performance for everyone. Youster was the one who was popping off last map, and now he just gets the pop off at the bottom. Chill out, tosses knives out, tosses flashes. He doesn't need to do anything here. He's just vibing, letting him. He's sitting in the back seat listening to his tunes. He's chilling.
With a name like Puff Daddy, you better be flexing on people when you get a nut server with Jet, and he has done just that so far. And as we talked about, it's just that kind of that defensive utility, Pika inside, not really able to get things going. Vix to a lesser degree, he did clutch up one of those rounds. They just haven't really formulated a plan to get things going. Maybe set themselves up for some easy kills. Kind of hope to get some early easy kills under your belt. Early KO nade kill. Andrew gonna answer, luckily. The kills back and forth. Little Fiesta pistol round. Both of these teams still with 3 members alive, though.
Yeah, and Eidolon just lurking up mid. Look how aggressively they're pushing. They're pushing past their turret, using that as sort of a scout for themselves, just to try and find any sort of angles possible. Netgear, though, behind enemy lines, able to find one. Might be able to find another one here, able to pick that one up. And now it is just down to Vix. Gonna be a tough long-range battle, and Netgear cleans it up. That's 10 for the side of USC Cardinal.
I'll tell you what, UCR Blue better start getting another statement ready, because that Ascent meta comment is going to live in infamy if they do not end up clutching up this map. And I'll tell you what, they have Mount Everest to climb right now. When you factor in, not necessarily the scoreline, 10-3 is very, very bad. Think about Breeze, how that momentum snowballed so heavily in these Cardinals' favor. Now the confidence as well. You know these guys are feeling themselves. Every single member popping off. You mentioned it, Youster, the one we were calling upon all last game. Now, quietly on that KO, using perfect utility, finding that grenade kill to start off pistol round. They're doing everything they need to win rounds consistently, but in different ways.
Now it's a forced out from the side of UCR and immediately punished there. That's Andrew falling to ashes there. Youster heard us and he's like, yeah, you know what? I can still frag out if I so desire. Side is just stuck behind in spawn here. Just has the classic. Gonna try and find shots if they can, but Puff Daddy able to cut him down. Soup will get one in return, but it's 3 picked up by Youster here. It is all down to Vix. Anti-Econ not quite gonna go the way that they hoped it would go. They're just getting sequestered out, and Vix gets shut down on the turnaround. 4K for Youster there as they hit 11. I
think safe to say he had the stream tabbed out. This man heard, he heard what we were talking about now. Every member gonna be up to that positive KDA. Exactly what we saw from that last series as well, that last game. When all 5 members have the ability to play this well, you have your Astra and your Killjoy almost top fragging a good chunk of the game. You know things are going well, and you started out on the attacking side with that KJ and that Astra. Kind of unconventional in a sense, but they have made this thing work. They've made it work beautifully. UCR putting together as much of a buy as they can. They realize these rounds are starting to slip by the wayside. They are running out of time to make this thing work.
Yeah, Josh Izzle just going so aggressively here. Yes, the Killjoy Train's going to find him out. It's actually a couple kills going back the opposite way. Andrew finds another one for themselves. A 3K going for Andrew. They're trying to turn their fate. It's all down to Youst. They're going to get just sprayed down. It's a 4K real quick from Andrew as they say, we'll find this round. We'll make sure we take advantage of their buy. But you look across at the Econs. You look across at how thick the wallets are on the opposite side. They've still got enough of a buy here. It's going to be the operator picked up by Puff Daddy as well. Not sure if UCR are even going to expect it here because it is so early in this round. But, you know, that op, as always, you find your 2, you're gold.
Yeah, exactly. If you're able to find that first kill, hell, even if one of them pushes up, tries to take too much space, that being UCR, if you find a kill with the op, you might be able to steal away a rifle from that side of UCR, completely turning things on their head. But once again, UCR, they're going to have to win 5-6 rounds in a row, more than likely, if they really want to battle back in this game. It is going to be a very, very tall order. That Null Command ready for Youster, that Blade Storm ready on the other side as well. Both these teams, I expect to see a much more patient and measured play these last couple rounds.
And I think that if they're going to start winning rounds, they need to start winning the rounds now because you don't want to be going to overtime. You don't want to risk it at that point. You just want to try and get as many as possible. Pika slowly moving up catwalk here, throwing out the drone, seeing what they can find. It's util burn back and forth. Yes, they will spot out Puff Daddy alongside that operator. Now they say, oh man, I don't know about this one. Let's back out of Cat here because that is trouble brewing nonetheless. Regrouping towards this B site, still about half the round remaining, but will they be able to find that execute? Because look at that. It's a lockdown without the lockdown per se. It's just the microwave set up there by Eidolon. in that opening there. It's just all hidden under the guise of the smoke.
Yeah, that is a lot of utility. If he's able to pop that at the right time, could do a boatload of damage to this side of UCR. They're going to pass off that spike, get the Cloudburst going, going to dodge that KO suppress as well. That's going to be huge. They're going to get tags up to the smoke. Nepgear going to get spotted out, but is going to walk away with his life. Now he won't though. Trade is going to come through. Josh able to answer that bell. Now getting tagged out the back of Boathouse. KO nade perfectly placed. Soup with that finish. UCR going to get this plant down. Puff Daddy. Operator off to this left side though. Lining up these members, trying to find this off angle. That spike planted though. All 4 members trying to stay alive now.
Yeah, Puff Daddy just trying to find anything that they can, but it's so hard getting onto this site. They spotted the Sova. They know he's in close or potentially on the opposite side of the wall. Side gonna win the Killjoy Ditto. It all comes down to this 4v2. Can you find the player or will you just save? It's gonna be 1 kill picked up. Puff Daddy able to trade that back out with the operator. Probably just gonna run for the hills. The Omen one way might not be working out exactly as they want. Pika doesn't even want to peek this one. It's gonna be a tough one to get out of this. They might just all die to the spike at that. They're trying to use that Killjoy turret as an escape measure. The leg shot gonna save Peak, and Soup chases down the operator. It's a 5th round for UCR.
And that is an expensive mistake. Getting a little bit too greedy, trying to find those exit frags. After that first kill, probably would have been a good idea to try to get out of there, try to find some safe space to huddle up. But Puff Daddy, having as many kills as he has in this game, maybe thought he could try to swing that round back, find that second pick. He did find that shot onto Sova. Unfortunately, an arrow to the knee is not going to be enough to stop that adventurer. UCR, though, picking up 2 rounds in a row here. Now it's going to be on to the Cardinals to see what kind of adjustment they can make, what kind of adaptation, although it probably won't come this round. They're going to be stuck on a bit of a myth buy.
Yeah, it feels as if they've just got to maybe toss this round, just saying, you know, whatever happens, happens.
Oh my!
Great blind coming through. It's already 1-2 picked up by Youster. Once again, never say die attitude. It's a 3rd kill picked up with the Sheriff, and that gun advantage you have is all but gone at this point. USC Cardinal have this spike down, a 2v4 situation, and that spike is in just the worst spot right on the opposite side.
And they stole their guns. That's the biggest part. They took that Vandal. Nanoswarm gonna pop out there. Puff Daddy is gonna get away. Is gonna find that first kill aside. Cannot find the retrigger. Youster with 3 on the round. In a round that looked like USC should have had no business being a part of. They are now 1 kill away from winning, potentially putting themselves over onto match point. Andrew waiting for the timing. Not going to go his way. The battle Stinger fails. I thought he had a rifle. That's how fast he killed him. The Stinger, though, going to get it done. They rob UCR blind of a couple rifles, and they're going to be on match point now. A lot of ultimates for UCR to try to keep this thing going, but 7 rounds in a row minimum to force OT, and that is your best case scenario for UCR Blue right now.
And once again, it's a similar situation to the last map. It's a similar situation to Breeze, where they need to play absolutely perfectly for the rest of this map, and then win overtime, and then win a map. There is so much stacked up against UCR Blue. They must stand their ground here, as USC Cardinal have definitely done more than stand their own. Andrew moving up aggressively with the knives out. What are they going to go for? There's an Odin at the back of sight here. Do you really want to risk it? Oh my goodness, the moves coming on from Andrew there. Going to be able to find one as Josh goes down. Quick execute onto that B site. They got to look for whatever they can.
Yeah, that KO nade helped out. I think that tagged down Josh just a little bit, allowing for that knife in the foot to do that last damage. Oh, and a KO nade back the other way. Youster finding that kill onto Andrew. Pika, though, going to answer the call, taking out Puff Daddy in the process. Pika on this garage peak, knows there's one near market. Nepgear gonna go Astro, trying to block off that way at least, buy them some time. Nano Swarm, Alarm Bot combo, gonna deter this push just a little bit longer. Pop Flash and Recon Dart, heavy exchange of utility, shoulder to shoulder. Pika's gonna win out that one though. Side finishes off Youster. 4-on-1, all on Eidolon, trying to take away these UCR weapons. Pika's gonna find a triple kill though. Just a shocking way to end that round. They're gonna keep 4 guns alive there. Now down to the magic number being 6 in a row to force OT.
Yeah, it's going to still need to be a magic number. While that round was relatively clean, a lot was expended for that. Knives were used in that situation. You still aren't going to be in the best of situations in terms of your economy. Actually, on the flip side there, Puff Daddy popped her knives as well. Wasn't able to make it happen, but it's going to be Youster actually with the Stinger in the inventory there. Looks like they're just trying to wrap this one out, and realistically, they were able to win on a scuffed buy last time around with that Thrifty. Maybe they'll be able to do it again in this situation. Once again, aggressive pushes forward here from the side of USC, and unfortunately, it's punished. Finally, Puff Daddy will end up getting down first. Beacon now trying to find anything. The Hunter's Fury gets shut down, though. Great KO knife. Is now 44 across the map. Eidolon, though, took a little bit of chip damage.
Yeah, and this is a really risky thing with these Cardinals investing so much, even though it's kind of that half buy. If you end up losing this round again, UCR has slowly been stacking up these rounds. If it gets to 12-7, 12-8, and you're still trying to force and things don't work out, you might be looking at something like a 12-10. And then at that point, all bets might be off. UCR might have that momentum they're looking for. They might be feeling themselves just enough, but they're going to have to slow play this one out. So much excellent defensive utility. I mean, you have the 4 defensive utilitarians left for this Cardinal side right now, except that Eidolon will get taken out their side, finally winning out that KJ.
Just finally going to be able to trade that one out. Another kill picked up by Side here. Started to pick it up here. Nice turnaround there from Vix, just hitting that 90. UCR to be able to find another round for themselves. Once again, relatively clean. They were able to keep a lot of the money in the inventories, and now it's going to be a full save now for the side of USC Cardinal. They need to hold the line.
Yeah, USC at this point, forego this round, try to get all 5 of those ultimates stacked, but the Bladestorm probably not going to come back online, potentially the rest of the game, depending how those kills are going to fare out. Get those 4 ultimates online and hunker down for dear life. You are going to be winning out that ultimate economy side, only going to have that lockdown. That Omen teleport, going to be great to kind of maybe create some doubt with some of these players, but not going to give you a whole lot of value in take or retake necessarily. It's on beyond the Cardinals now to try to steal away maybe 2 of these weapons, at least put a chip in the economy, and then wait for that 5 ultimate stack and just rush it.
Deploying drone.
Yeah, just doing what they can to try and push forward. Eidolon, though, very aggressive push forward. Going to get punished for that, granted. Not a whole lot of firepower behind that Killjoy for this round specifically. A couple of picks just already going forward for the side of UCR. 5v3 situation on the map. They've just got to recollect and find a clean victory once again. It's all about keeping these guns in the inventory, all about keeping their economies topped up, because, you know, you give over a couple too many kills and you get punished for it. Side going to be able to find up another one. An aggressive Youster there, and now UCR is going to try and find their way onto the site.
And so far, give a ton of credit to Side. I think he was maybe 0-8 to start this game. He has been the main catalyst to bring this team back this last half of this game. 3rd kill on the round. This will be a round in the bag for UCR as well. Only Nepgear going to be left. He doesn't have a full weapon, though. He's going to try to come steal away some of those guns, try to put a dent in that money on the side of UCR here. But they're looking like they're going to move on to their 8th here. It's going to come down to, honestly, it's going to come down to that 5 ultimate push from both teams. And what's going to break? Nepgear, though, not going to be able to find anything. And don't blink now, but UCR slowly but surely getting back in this one. I know the Cardinals are starting to sweat just a little bit.
Yeah, and of course, you know, the ascent back up to glory as they're trying to stand their ground. Andrew is scrapped together, you know, 19 frags for himself. Soup has had a really strong performance here. And as you mentioned, Side started up the game abysmally, a 0-8, 1-9, now back up to 11-13, able to get their bearings about them. But as you mentioned, those ultimates are now online for the side of USC Cardinals. They have their way back into this game. You've got to use those ultimates right. Make sure you hold your ground. Make sure you're finding absolutely everything that you can, because this is a big round. Shot going to come down, not quite going to land, but aggressive push forward through B main. Going to back off for the time being, not knowing that there are 4 members lurking.
Yeah, they are lurking something fierce in this garage. The Owl Drone going to come into contact with that Prowler. They are going to spot out Youster, though, in that garage. Going to have to back him off for that time being. The KO nade going to be there to deter that push. Look at Omen in the back right corner of the map, trying to hold down these long angles. Yeah, just hold the angle, set up those dark covers to get your teammates safe passage through this middle area. Got to be careful, especially knowing that Operator is out and about in the wild, can strike fear into any team. And you can see, they know the ultimates are all online. They know the Operator is here. They are moving this at a snail's pace. Luckily, though, it looks like they're going to guess the right side here. A is completely flooded with util. B, not a mark on it. If they're able to walk up here and not get spotted, this could be huge. Youster, though, could be that catalyst to get that information received.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the information. You hear the sound cues coming down, everything getting burned, trying to get themselves onto site. Youster still has not been spotted out. Some of the friendly Killjoy nades actually going to do some damage to Andrew, and I think that might just be enough to the fact where he can go down. Does not matter. He's going to find the head right on top of Youster's head top, the robot head. Not going to be keeping him safe that time. Danny. gonna find one. Josh Shizzle able to find another one. Pika gonna get taken down as well. Josh Shizzle is going for it. All of the ultimates now gonna be burned by the side of USC Cardinal. This is their time to shine. Astral Divide gonna come through as well. The other Killjoy ultimate gonna be used. This is an absolute mess. And now Side just needs to stay alive for what it's worth. Oh, it's just gonna barely destroy it in time, I believe. But it's still one's gonna find two. Side, can you hold the door?
That time is ticking low as well. If he's able to find this frag or at least buy some time, the turret's gonna find the kill on the Puff. Time is ticking down. Is Side going to somehow hold this one out? The turret's still chunking. He is going to buy the time. What a play from Side. He is going to fall, but he keeps UCR alive. They escape the clutches of defeat. 2 or 3 ultimates get burned. Somehow, some way, he wins that out. Josh, 13 HP. But UCR, they have a lot of money. They don't care. They're taking these rounds, and it is 12-9 now.
Oh my goodness, Side. What a turnaround there. Effectively holding the site down 1v4. Had to kill the lockdown. Was able to find someone locked out. Just found the 2 other members just lurking around. Absolutely masterful round coming through from Side. And it's those sort of Herculean efforts that are necessary each and every time as we get later into this one. It almost looked signed off at 12-5, but now 4 rounds in a row. All of a sudden, this is a whole new ball game here. Another econ round forced out by the side of USC Cardinal, but in the most USC Cardinal way. They are not holding back. They're pushing forward.
Yeah, they found some chip damage too onto that Omen. Oh, the spray to the smoke. Andrew's gonna be good for one. Perfect job to bait off that util. Gonna fake dash into that box as well. That KO nade to turn this push just for a few seconds here. But they found that early pick, exactly what they were looking for. Are they going to be able to snowball that one into more success? In all likelihood, the way they've been playing, I would not be surprised. USC Cardinal, you got to find some way to hold your ground, dig your feet in, and say no more.
They are 1,000-degree knife hot right now with how they're playing these. Just absolutely on the edge every single round. Got to find something. If you're the side of UC Cardinal, you need to try and make some sort of crazy play happen. Omen Ultimate going to be going on top of Jenny there. Side is behind enemy lines once again, waiting for the timing. Pika going to find that plan. Josh Shizzle, unbeknownst to the world, going to be taken down by Side through tree. Once again, the flanker gets flanked. This could be rough here. Side. That tower's just so close. The timing is so rough.
Oh, he's gonna find that timing. Recovers that Phantom as well. This Cardinals not saying die to this round yet. Nepgear and Eidolon, the 2 remaining. Yeah, they do have a couple rifles there. Turret gonna get spotted out there as well. They're gonna try to work this play through heaven, but time is ticking down just as low as it was last time. They gotta move. Suppress information given. Pop flash gonna come out from Vix here momentarily, I would assume. They're gonna swing. Pika picking up that kill. Soup finishing things off. And the Cardinals have got to be hurting now. 12-10. 5 rounds in a row. UCR are not ready to say die.
There is absolutely no way they're coming back into this one, right? 5 rounds in a row. We said the magic number was 7, and even then, that number might not be the most magical that they can get. It only forces overtime, and yet the one round that USC Cardinal need is just somehow not there. Every single time they're missing out just short. And now this is them putting all the chips on the table. They win this round. They win the game. If they lose this round, it's very likely we're going to overtime. Andrew all the way in the backline, already way above their heads. Not going to land any of the knives, but is able to find the spray down through the box. Going to find 2 as Andrew gets there 2 on site. And they have found all the access they need. They're going to find a plant here on site as well. And my goodness, USC Cardinal, how did you let this fall?
You can see the confidence has shifted worlds with this UCR team. They are not scared to take any of these fights. They were playing a little bit timid in some of these rounds, feeling the pressure, but now they are playing loose. You can tell Andrew, disregard for his own life, gets onto that site, picks up a couple of frags. They're going to find this plant again, and if you're the Cardinals, do you play for save and give everything you have into the next round, or what do you do? Oh, Pika! Money job on that flank in that middle area. Recon bolt out to get info as well. Pika, though, gonna pretty much hold these members hostage in this back mid area. Owl Drone gonna tag up Andrew on the bait. 3rd of the round. It's looking to possibly be a flawless. Only one gonna fall. 12-11. We have got a game on our hands. UCR. Maybe they are the Ascent meta gods. They are proving to be a second half team. 6 in a row now to keep this thing alive.
6 in a
And
row.
look at the buy.
And now it's just, it's the most garage sale buy you can get for the side of USC. They will fight tooth and nail, quite literally biting their way into these situations if they so dare. Now you can see Soup holding the nastiest of off angles here. Only something an Omen or Jet could do in this situation. My goodness, there's no way you let it go down now. It has to be this push forward. These rounds coming through from UCR have been masterful in this combat.
Yeah, this Bladestorm and this Null Command have to get maximum value. They cannot afford to get first blood, and you can tell none of these individuals from the Cardinals this time are taking any chances, peeking anything, trying to even get information. They are happy. Let's sit back. We have the Null Command. We have that Bladestorm. Play them into our hand. We've been getting caught out in a lot of these plays. We haven't been ready to absorb that pressure of UCR. UCR, you can tell, kind of thinking the exact same thing, although they have gotten 6 in a row. All it takes is one slip of the mind, one slip of a finger, and they could be going home. They're playing this one slow through this B-side garage. Just so much anticipation of what is to come.
Slowly but surely, they're marching forward here. You got to be careful. Soup able to find one for themselves, but look at the off angles that are being held. Pika Vic's going to find 2 for themselves. And now it's a 5v2. UCR surely are able to clear this one out. It's Buckies, it's Judges, it's Stingers to sand. It's not going to be enough. The barrel's pointed out, and it's all down to Puff Daddy. 10 health in a dream here. Not going to find the knives, and we're going to overtime, Jobin.
Wow.
My goodness, what a pushback.
If you don't remember too far back, it seemed like ages ago, it was a 12-5 scoreline. Look at that green stripe where the rounds are. UCR completely flipping this game on its head. Both of these Jets have been dueling back and forth. Side, let's not forget, he was once 1-9 at some point in this game. He has gone 14-6 since then, putting up massive numbers on this Killjoy, and now 12-12, economy's dead even, ultimate's dead even. It all gonna come down to these last couple rounds. Can UCR keep this meteoric run going, stake their claim as one of the better Ascent teams in CVAL, or is the Cardinals going to shut it down and pull off an upset?
I just want to point out as well, the 9-3 curse.
Hey.
It happened. We always meme it, but it actually happened this time around. Puff Daddy heavy peaks coming forward, but that one-way smoke is so difficult to contest with. Lots of util being burned here to just prevent the push from coming down, but nonetheless, you know, USC Cardinal need to try and force their way on Ascent. They won 9 rounds on this side for a reason, because they were absolutely dominant in that sense. But now the tables have turned. Eidolon getting pushed forward aggressively. Netgear, though, gonna be able to find 2 for themselves, and it's Jouster on the opposite side of the map, able to collect the KO Ditto kill. It's 21 health on the Astra, but yet they push towards the Sova. It is a 4v2 running down Broadway looking to find this.
Yeah, if you're Netgear, stay alive as long as possible. Great play by Puff Daddy on that reswing there. Now it's going to be a 4v1 Omen. Going to be way off in no man's land. Was playing over on that A side. The B side push is going to be the one though. And finally the Cardinals are going to break that 6 or 7 round streak. I am scared to say this round's over because I called that 4v1 being over against that Killjoy side. I will reserve my judgments till the end, but this is going to be a pretty tall order.
Cover going out.
Yeah, Soup's going to have to find something to get through. Oh, just getting pushed forward. Josh is going to be able to collect that round. And once again, we've said this so many times, it's going to be USC Cardinal on match point. But does that matter in the face of adversity? Do you think UCR care at this point? Because they've already fought down 7. What's an 8th to them at this point?
And this, I mean, Ascent does seem to be an attacking-sided map, as you can tell. Both of these teams have thrived on that attack side. UCR now going to be the, be able to take over that attack side. Puff Daddy going to go for that operator. I was going to say, it looks like he's maybe deciding what he wants to wield here. UCR trying to put together one round and keep this game going. You said it. You got 7 in a row. What's an 8th to come back? Keep this game going. Puff Daddy shutting down side where he stands, finding the re-trigger. Oh, so close to that second shot, which may have crippled UCR. They will escape with 4 members left, but a tall order indeed to come back now. Pop Flash goes out. They get a lot of value. They come through. Now 3v2.
Spike down B.
And it has to be so close here. Josh Izzle still pushing forward so aggressively. They've got so many tools left in the inventory, but look at the rotations over. Soup is just getting quelled in. It's Andrew behind enemy lines, and it all comes down to the star of the show. The one we highlighted off the get-go. It has to be Andrew to clear this one out. If they're going to have any sort of chance here. They don't gonna come down, and finally they will fall. 8 times the charm, it seems, for the side of USC Cardinal. And they win this series 2-0, defying our expectations. and moving on to the top 4.
Somebody might want to remind UCR, they just lost Ascent. They claim to be the meta definers of this map. Boy, howdy, they were down 12-5, brought it all the way back. Of course, we went to overtime. Sadly, no fracture for us, but man, that Ascent delivered in a way I could never have dreamed. Andrew, 300 ACS. Puff Daddy, just a clip below that as well. And Puff Daddy as well, look at 17 deaths on a Jet in a game that was 26 rounds. That is efficiency at its finest. And wow, they took care of business. They upset UCR.
And
wow.
It's hard to put this into words at this point because it was such... It was going to be the 9-3 curse. It was going to happen. It was 12-5, and they saved 7 match points, and yet they go to overtime, and they just get bested. UCR just say... Sorry, the USC just say... Clean slate, we're clearing the table, and they're able to bring it all the way back. But my goodness, what a mega performance coming through from UCR to try and bring that one back. But USC just a little bit above, especially on that Ascent map. And they came out the better team. They're moving on to top 4. They'll be facing UBC tomorrow to try and move on to lower finals. Just, I don't know. I can't.
You feel
words are hard at this point,
and you feel for the players too. UCR, they fought back so far. Ultimately, though, just fell a little bit short. Give credit to the Cardinals, though. They showed up and they showed out in a big way, and they're gonna tack their names on the map, and they're gonna let their name be known. That being said, though, we're gonna throw it to a very quick break before we get to close things off here for the rest of this CVAL day. USC Cardinals do take this series, but like I said, a couple minutes, we'll be back with the break and finish things off for you guys.
And welcome back, everyone. After a phenomenal day of games, we get to the end of it, and yet there's still more to come. These teams are not done fighting at the very least. And honestly, it's hard to summarize today in words.
Yeah.
I want to say it just comes down to emotions. It comes down to wow, great games.
Yeah, phenomenal. Both these series, unfortunately, they did both end in that 2-0 fashion, but that last series especially, boy, 12-5, you come back all the way, you finally push it to overtime just to have your heart crushed at the last possible second. And like we said, that Ascend meta comment, that might live in infamy for that side of UCR. They might be looking back on that one going, trying to rewrite the history books on that. We're going to, scratch that one and avoid that one as long as possible. But we saw that first series earlier in the day, UBC taking on Cal State Long Beach as well. Long Beach, I think once again, another team that we said was maybe potentially the favorite as well. And UBC, they showed up and they showed out. They took it to Long Beach, end up finishing off in that 2-0. As we said, we didn't get to see any icebox. We didn't get to see any fracture. We saw as good of an Ascent game as I have ever seen. And we saw some great action the entire day. We got lots of clips too throughout the day. It was a fantastic day of CVAL.
Oh, 100%. And as you can see, USC Cardinal and UBC will play in the lower bracket semifinal, I believe it's called, tomorrow. That's going to be top 4 for them. At the very least, they get a whole boatload of points as well that could potentially move forward. But of course, tomorrow, we're also going to have our first best of 5 here. I think, Jobin, I don't actually think either of us have casted a best of 5 in Valorant. And that's what's going to make this even more exciting because it is 2 of the best teams that not only the West has to offer, but all of CVAL has in that, with UAESA going up against SJSU Blue. That is a matchup that, oh my goodness, we've got loads and loads of prep on those teams because my goodness, that one's the one to watch at that. But nonetheless, after these matchups today, it's really difficult to say who's going to be favored even in the bottom bracket or the lower bracket matchup tomorrow because both those teams showed a lot of prep.
Listen, we called UCR 2-0. No one wants to hear a single word out of my mouth as far as predictions or anything like that goes. I'll leave the analytics to the smarter people than I. My monkey brain said 2-0 UCR. Boy, howdy, was I wrong. I've never been happier to be wrong, especially how that series delivered. Obviously, selfishly wanted fracture, but Cardinals had other ideas, man. They decided they wanted to take care of business in those 2 games. And so we never, I'm not going to make a prediction tomorrow unless I get a gun held to my head or anything like that. I'm going to try to avoid that one. I don't want to curse any of these teams, but that being said, it has been a phenomenal day, especially casting with you, man. It's always a good time.
Yeah, it's been an amazing day from all of us here at Face It. Thank you, of course, to everyone who made this show happen behind the scenes. Huge shout out to all of them as well. But of course, we will see you all tomorrow for our second day of action. For Jobin and myself, hope you all have yourself a wonderful rest of your evening. Good night, everyone.